in the studio right now, Candice Ryan.
Hello.
As well, Brittany Brodie joining CFWE. Brittany, how you doing?
Hey, I'm great. Thanks for having me.
What a whirlwind it's been for you in the last few weeks.
Yeah, it's been crazy. So in the spring, I wrote a new song, which I'm promoting. I do. And I did that down in Nashville and recorded it in Toronto. And it's currently number 9 on the indie charts across Canada.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty excited. And I also, a couple weeks ago, got to sing with Vince Gill in the Time Jumpers.
Oh, my Lord.
Feeling I know so well.
It was incredible. And literally overnight, within 24 hours, it was career-changing.
So how did you and Vince Gill connect?
I met him through some friends.
Right.
And I basically told him I need to sing with them. He's like, yeah, okay. Like, I'm sure he hears it all the time. And then the Friday before, I was backstage at the Opry with friends of mine, like Bobby Osborne. And I mentioned it to Ranger Doug, and he says, okay. So then I was there on the Monday night at the Time Jumpers show, and they approached me on intermission, and they said, we'd love to have you up. Are you ready? And I just about died. I was like, yes, I will be right up there. So I sang He Stopped Loving Her Today, George Jones, and the place just went crazy. Tons of hit writers, and, you know, the powers that be in the audience, and different artists, and all of them coming up to me wanting to work together, and so excited about my voice and what I do. So, I mean, I've been at this all my life. Since I was 3, this is all I've worked for. 7 years old, I've been on the road and performing and recording all my life. So,
wow.
I just think it's about time.
Well, you know, when the dream is that deep, you know exactly what you're supposed to be doing in life.
And I've never thought any different. Like, that's all I knew since I was a toddler. Cool. And then now I'm going all across Canada on the I Do Radio tour.
Nice. Yeah. It's like I Do Radio. That's what we do, right?
Well, I Do is your new single. We're going to hear that shortly. Tell us, first of all, let's go back and how you got introduced to the music. What made you do it?
I always came from a home that music was played all the time. And my parents, they aren't professional singers or musicians or anything, but it just was always a love for country music in our home. And my dad being a truck driver on the road.
Girl, we are the same life.
Awesome. I even wrote a trucking song, Together Never Alone, and it was out on radio. This is my 5th single, I Do, but Together Never Alone was a past single. It did really well, and anyways, all the truckers loved it. I was even in trucking magazines.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I even just, before I come in here, I called my dad to tell him about the logo. He thought that was a cool sign, and then he's on the road right now trucking. But I totally just got off on a tangent there, sorry. So I got into music just because I don't even know if there was a thing that got me into it. It just, from being 3 years old, I just knew that was what I was going to do. And I remember watching the Opry with my parents and saying, that's what I'm going to do. Like 3 years old, that's kind of crazy, right?
That's beautiful.
It wasn't ever a thing to think about or I wonder what I'm going to do. I just said, that's it, and that's all it's ever been.
Right.
Yeah.
Your music, you grew up on traditional music, Vern Gosden, Dottie West, but you also love the Dixie Chicks and as well the Spice Girls.
Yep.
Who didn't?
So I never liked them at all, but
oh well,
that's
they were my life.
You didn't have the shoes, like
Baby Spice. That's a different story.
Okay, that's it.
She still looks incredible. I love those girls.
They all look incredible.
All of them amazing. And I grew up sadly being bullied, and the Spice Girls got me through so much.
Girl power.
That's
nice.
right.
It's all high fives in here.
Yeah, girl power was just, that was a big thing for me, and always, you know, doing music. That's what got me through everything, and seeing them being so confident and always pushing on young girls to stay strong and follow your dreams. That was a big thing for me.
Brittany Brodie joining CFWE. Tell us all about your new song.
So I Do, as I mentioned earlier, I wrote that a couple months ago in Nashville, and it's just a real good country love song. And a couple of people have mentioned, well, it sounds like a wedding song, and wedding season's over. And I'm like, well, it's not. I just seen a wedding in Saskatoon, and it's September, so it's not over. And there's a line in the song that mentions the walking down the aisle under the September sky.
Right.
Ooh.
But then it goes, that's just it. That's just a blip of a wedding. And the I do doesn't mean a wedding. It's the whole thing around it. You know, relationships are tough. Mm-hmm. They're a lot of work. And it talks about falling in love, and it's not just a honeymoon, and then pictures being hung on the wall, and then pictures being taken down, and then once you like each other again, you put them back up.
Cut his face out of there.
It's just a good love song. And Burke Carroll, who plays with Shania Twain, he played steel guitar on it. Ooh. And so he intros the song with steel. Like, yeah, it's a great song.
Yeah. You were at CCMAs as well?
I was.
How was that experience for you?
It was amazing and exhausting.
Yeah, yes.
From Friday night, because I told you I was on the road, so from Friday all the way till last night, and all those days, I only had 7 hours sleep.
Wow.
And I didn't even know how I was functioning last night, but
Coffee.
Stayed here in town at the DoubleTree in Edmonton, and the bed in there was like a pillow. The whole thing. It just like sunk right in there, and I slept like a baby. But CCMAs is awesome.
Yeah.
You get to see your whole country music family and catch up and jam and network.
Did you get to jam a lot in the hotels?
There was a little bit of jamming.
Yeah.
Yes. I would say for me, more networking and just catching up and trying to have a good time. Because, you know, once you hit the road on tour, like, it's crazy town.
Right.
Yeah. But
Awesome.
it was wonderful. And I love Saskatoon.
Yeah. It's a beautiful little city.
It's really nice. It's so quiet. It's like
Very
a small
quiet.
town, but it was a city. It was like kind of like a ghost town. It was so quiet.
Did you stay in the downtown area?
Yeah, at the Beesboro.
Okay. I was at the Radisson.
So just up the street.
Yeah.
We were there one night, so really late.
Oh, Diamonds in the Rough?
Yep, we went to watch that, Diamonds in the Rough, and just visit with friends and hang out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's play the new song right now. Brittany, awesome meeting you. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.